as well. Assalamu alaikum. I had a presentation, and because of the life situation, we can't have it, and I don't have it with me. So I have some notes, and I will speak off the cuff. First thing is, when we do service projects, the ones which Parvez Saab mentions few of the projects which they do, it requires money. It requires the dough which has to be invested. Now, from where does that come? That comes from the donations of the Rotarians. And similarly in the Rotary Foundation, the money which the Rotarians contribute into the Rotary Foundation, that money is used for funding service projects in addition to polio around the world. But then we have to ask this simple question. There are other foundations, other service organizations in the world, in Pakistan as well, Selanis and all that. Why should you not give them? Why should you give to the Rotary Foundation? And this is the question which I'm often asked. And I have just one sentence, one small phrase rather, that if you want to have the greatest bang of your buck in service, then you must contribute into the Rotary Foundation. And why do I say this? I have enlisted a number of reasons. First is accountability and performance. Like in the beginning, my brother Shahzad Sabir mentioned the charity navigator. It's an evaluator, it's an independent evaluator which evaluates the services done by various foundations and service organizations. And do you know what's the score of Rotary for the past, say, about 12 years? Anybody? It is 10%, 100 out of 100, which is amazing. Now, what does this mean? What does this mean? This means that more than 90%, that is, out of 100 cents in a cent, 92 cents are spent. It goes to the people that it's meant to go. And not only that, its performance is amplified 3 to 10 times according to their report, Charity Navigators. 3 to 10 times. How? Because it's matched by different organizations. The Bill Melinda Gates Foundation matches the contribution you do to the Polio Plus Fund. And then you also partner with other organizations and foundations. And that also amplifies what you give. So like I said, this gives you the greatest bang out of your buck. So no other organization in the world can do this. Amplify what you want to do. And at the same time, the outreach. Based on the four-way test and the highest level of integrity of the Rotary clubs and the Rotarians, people trust the Rotary clubs. They trust them because whatever they do it with highest integrity. So this makes them, their impact and their reach marvelous. Now, I would also want to add, the administrative cost of the foundation is very minimal. It's probably less than 5%, which is amazing. Because in Karachi, in Pakistan, I'm into the business of improving the non-profits. There are about 35,000 plus organizations which apply to me to get approvals. And I see how much, there's only one which somewhat matches the Rotary Foundation. That's probably because it's somebody who is retired is running it, and everything is gratis. There's only one organization that somewhat matches the Rotary Foundation. Otherwise, the administrative cost of all those organizations is between 20 to 50%. So less than 5% of administrative cost of running an organization is a miracle. Then the impact. We partner with other organizations to increase our impact and make your donations work even better. When you give to Polio Plus, that which I mentioned, you have the satisfaction of knowing that every $1 of Rotary, that every dollar, $1 Rotary commits to polio eradication is matched by $2 from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Thanks to our partnership, all the donations end up, that is up to 50 million per year, are tripled. This has increased actually, providing critical funding towards creating a polio-free world. And we have succeeded in this. What impact can one donation have in the world? It can save a life. A child can be protected from polio with as little as 60 cents. Our partners make our donations even go further. For every $1 Rotary I mentioned, it multiplies. Then we have a record of success. Rotary unites leaders who have skills and resources to tackle some of the world's most difficult problems and deliver sustainable, long-lasting results. For decades, Rotary has been a leader in the battle against polio. The infrastructure developed to facilitate both immunization and eradication is being used to fight and protect against other diseases as well. In COVID, we saw that the Rotary Pakistan in COVID did tremendous work in providing relief to the people who lost their job and supplying masks and other ventilators as well. Then our global reach. Our 1.2 million members span the globe, uniting people who have a common desire to serve others, from teaching children to read in Ecuador, to microcredit programs in Indonesia, to the RPLM program which we have in Pakistan. We have this counterpart in India which have done wonders in partnership with the government there. We are trying to replicate that. All of these use Rotary's vast network and the resources of the Rotary Foundation to take action to their communities. Then we have bringing about peace, which Rotary does through its foundation. Peace holds a unique status in Rotary. We approach peace not as an abstract concept, but as a living, dynamic expression of human development. As a humanitarian service organization, it is both a cornerstone of our mission and one of the 7 areas of focus, one of the ways in which our members make their mark on the world. Having said all this, how many Rotarians are attending this seminar? About 200, perhaps. We need to reach every member of our district and tell them what they can do in Rotary, how much and why they should contribute into the Rotary Foundation. The wheel that squeaks most gets the most oil. So we have to ask, like Iqbal Bashi Saab was kept asking by Aziz Bhai. Now it's going to the mental has befallen me that I'm going to ask him that 25 lakh rupees is peanuts for him. And this is too. This is not acceptable. If this is $25,000, that is acceptable. That is the least you should contribute, because Aziz Mehman Saab, we thought he should have become an AKS by now. Exactly, but if say 25 lakh means $16,000 basically. $15,000. So you should at least give $25,000. That's a good number actually, If you divide that by 5, it becomes 5. So thank you so much. Love you. MashaAllah. Then DGN is going to match that. Yes, it's up to him. But he has to commit today. for this reason. He's a great man. I know he's my brother. You have committed that amount to Aziz Bhai, but you have to commit something else to another Bhai of yours. So 10,000 for him and 10,000 for me. 15,000. Okay. So, Shahzad Sahib, please keep track of these. Now this is so very important. You have to approach people who can give and tell them why they should give. If somebody is already donating their zakat and all their whatever they dole out during the year the family is doing, you have to convince them and tell them what Rotary is doing through the Rotary Foundation in the world and why the amount of money they are putting into the Rotary Foundation gives them the greatest bang out of the buck. That is what you have to tell them, that if somebody is contributing $10,000, the amount of service that is being done amounts to, in money terms, $50,000. So if he were to spend that money on some school or a dispensary or some hospital or some other community service project in Pakistan, he can utilize only $10,000, right? But if he were to give that amount to the Rotary Foundation, the impact it's going to have is going to be not less than $35,000. So that's the impact. So finally, I just want to request you all who are here to go back to your clubs and share whatever you have heard from these erudite people about the Rotary Foundation, what Rotary is doing, and what it means actually to give to Rotary and how it amplifies your impact and reach. So I would end by saying that if you want to have the greatest bang out of your buck, please contribute generously to the Rotary Foundation. Thank you very much. And thank you Iqbal Bhai and my brother Hanifan for your generosity. Jazakallah khair.